Hello, welcome. This is a midweek tarot reading, really. So it's for Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. I'm going to use the Blunt Truth Oracle today for the message about what is our person thinking about, whoever your person might be. What are they thinking? We've got this beautiful deck, Soul Connections, for a relationship message. And I decided today to get the messages from the mermaids for a message from our spirit guides. So that will be what message our spirit guides want us to know. I'm using the Universal Tarot for a short while. I was using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, which is beautiful if you're interested in buying that. Golden Art Nouveau, can thoroughly recommend. I'm just using the Universal Tarot probably for a couple of weeks. It's not really inspiring me, but it's based on the Rider-Waite version, so I'm going to use it for now because I like using the Rider-Waite kind of style deck, but it's called the Universal Tarot, so it's not by Rider-Waite. And I know the deck that I want to sort out. I've got the smaller version of it and I want to get the bigger version, so I'm going to sort that out the next week or so. So that's my plan. So yeah, I hope you're doing all right. You can see balloons up here because it was my older daughter's birthday at the weekend. And yeah, the balloons look quite nice, don't they, on the side there. So let's go into the message. And I'm drinking juice today. I don't know what drink you've got there, but I've made this lovely little dish of crystals. So I've got rose quartz in there, little bits of rose quartz, some little bits of amethyst, and some little bits of clear quartz. I just thought that was really nice. Kind of goes with what I'm wearing today, doesn't it? Pink. Oh dear. Right, so let's get a relationship message. If you know your astrology chart, you may be able to watch a few of the different zodiac signs, okay? If you don't know your astrology chart and you'd like to explore it, you can always book in with me and I can help you do that. And it can be particularly useful to explore your astrology chart if you're coming up against repeating patterns or blocks in your life and you think, why does this pattern keep repeating? You might sort of know why the pattern's repeating, but you still keep repeating it anyway. Or you might know that you're blocked in a certain area of your life and whatever you want doesn't seem to manifest. You're not really attracting what you really want. So a tarot reading can be very helpful, but also going through your astrology chart can be really liberating. So I can do that with you. I always forget. I need to add it onto my website as a service that I offer, because that is really the only other way that I work. Just through tarot or through astrology chart. I don't really work any other way except for obviously deeper consciousness. You know, which is basically based on Eastern philosophy, a bit like Buddhism, but it's not a religion like Buddhism. And it's all Eckhart Tolle. I mean, it's all the gurus ever. It's not religious, but it's based, when you're working with your deeper level of consciousness, it's just based on all the gurus, you know, that what the gurus taught us, like Buddha, Jesus, Vishnu, God, I'm trying to think of who else. But, you know, I mean, there's loads of gurus I follow, Papaji, Ramana, Maharishi, but what all the gurus were teaching essentially was how to transcend the false ego self and be your true self, because your true self is the I am presence. And that's what my deck helps you to focus on. If you don't want to do lots of reading, I mean, it's best not to read too much on the subject. It is better to just spend your time getting to know your true self. That's the highest form of spiritual practice. So this deck's straight to the point. You don't have to read much. Boom. Okay, let's get into the messages then, because that was a bit of a long intro in the end. Right, Taurus. Oh, I can hear drilling. Oh, something's going on. Lots going on for Taurus. Moments. Think of a special moment that brought you much joy with your partner. Okay, so take that however it resonates. Maybe you're thinking about an ex. Maybe they're thinking about you. Or maybe they're trying to sort of open you up and say, let's leave that, park it where it belongs, and let's come into the present moment, you know. So Taurus, what else? Okay. You do start off with the Lovers card. You know, the Lovers card, it's interesting. You've been going through a decision-making process and you may have felt delayed recently. You know, it was like, what is going on? What's going to happen next? A bit mysterious. You just didn't really know what's going to happen next, you know, and it may have felt like you was a bit stuck for a while. Now, as you move through this week, there may be different people vying for your attention. There may be some dramas going on around you, or there may be an issue that you actually need to address, and you will be able to do that. Okay. So take that how that resonates, because there's multiple meanings that that Five of Wands could mean. Now, some of these cards, I haven't used this deck in a year, so some of the cards may be in the reverse position. You're getting more clarity. Right, it's either you getting more clarity, things being revealed about somebody who's very deceptive and didn't actually have a very good energy. Okay, they had a plan that wasn't going to work. They could have been playing mind games, or they could have just been really unrealistic. And it's really, really clear now, okay? All is being revealed. You can see this with great clarity. Either because this person has been more open and honest, or because you just basically have been shown it by spirit. And it's great news for you. It is great news for you because now you can see things much more clearly than you used to be able to see them. You can now proceed. You don't have to be stuck in this mysterious position in your life anymore. You know, it's awful when you're going through a period of time and it's like a complete fog in your brain. I've been through it the last 4 years since me and my husband split up, and it is. And it's just because you're going through your purging phase, and the purging phase takes quite some time. And it can make you feel very foggy in the mind, so you can't see things clearly. But you are getting more clarity now, and you just basically know, you know, how to proceed. Now, like I said, there could be an issue that you need to address, or a specific way that you need to proceed, because there's obviously some sort of conflict or competition there. You know, you could have people vying for your attention, or you could feel pulled in different directions. So you've got options now, and because you can see more clearly, you can actually look at these options, and if there is any kind of issue you need to address within yourself, you can now do that. So this is quite a positive turning point for Taurus. Yeah. Well, how interesting. I think where you've committed to yourself because you weren't willing to proceed with something that was so dark or confusing, quite frankly, you felt very triggered by this person or this situation, and you weren't willing to proceed with it. And you put love into yourself with the Lovers card, you know, you put that love into yourself, and that has aligned you to the present moment. Like I said, the first card was making me feel to do with the present moment. It was like, look, you know, I've been through these times, but now I have to be in the present moment. I have to park that over there. I have to learn how to be me. I have to learn how to be in the present moment. And so you've been doing that, and you're aligning to commitment energy because you've been committed to yourself. You are drawing commitment towards you. You're going to be attracting commitment, okay? because you are basically cultivating commitment towards yourself. And this is what you've been working on, okay? So you've got options. You're going to be figuring out what you're going to do. And that's good. I mean, you're actually in a good position, much better position than you were. And it's going to be interesting to see what sort of commitment situations you're attracting. You know, could be work-related, friendship-related, lover-related, who knows? Your spirit guides are sort of wanting you to be a bit more spontaneous at this time. You know, and it's like, all right, you still want to be conscious, so you don't want to be reckless, but you've sort of got to now, this is all about you tuning into you. It's not about you looking at the past or looking at other people all the time. This is about Taurus. Tune into you, you know, and figure out, what is it I want? You know, this is where your focus needs to be now. So that's the message. God, I feel like I went on and on. I was really getting into that for some reason. Right, okay, let's go into Virgo. That was like a little personal mini reading for Taurus, I think. But sometimes Spirit is just so super clear what they want me to say. Challenges, okay. Oh, Gilbert's got a cough. Are you all right? He sounds like he's choking. Oh. It's quite hot here today. It's weird. It's hot in my place. Challenges. Okay, Virgo. All true soul connections involve challenges that can be overcome together. Right. Well, maybe not together, but without conflict. Okay, it's quite an interesting idea that we can overcome challenges, you know, in peaceful ways. In silence is one of the highest, well, is the highest form of consciousness, really, silence. Okay, let's see. Finding innovative, imaginative ways to overcome challenges. There are challenges there, but you're taking wise action. You've been taking some time to really assess things, and it may have felt that you were a bit stuck, you know, and you've taken this time out because you probably didn't know what the hell you were going to do. You know, but you have done the right thing, because Four of Swords leads you to wise action, and you do need to take wise action because there's quite a lot of there is different things that need dealing with at the moment. You know, you could have one situation at the moment that needs sorting with, and it involves various people having to be communicated with. Or it could be that you actually do have sort of multiple options on the table, or multiple challenges at this time. So you could feel yourself a bit torn at the moment into, you know, but I would say Spirit is sort of saying that you can overcome the challenges that you're facing at this current time. They're all going to get sorted, okay? And I know it's easy for me to say, but they are, because Five of Wands always indicates things that can be dealt with and sorted, right? So don't worry. And I would continue to use the same approach that you've already been using, which is to take things very slow and gradual and do things in a very silent type of manner, or what I might call a clever type of way, you know? Rather than going straight into challenges, kind of go round the outside and use your creativity, you know? Allow space, and Spirit will enter, and Spirit will bring solutions. So there's some different things going on here for Virgo at the moment. And you may feel conflicted about the whole thing, but like I say, I'm getting shown that you will sort it out and it will be okay. The energy you're coming into contact with is somebody that's had a lack of clarity. They haven't been thinking straight, okay? So I don't know if this kind of explains their poor behaviour or the challenges that you've been faced with. But somebody with the King of Swords hasn't been able to make decisions effectively, or hasn't been able to look at information effectively. They've not been seeing clearly. And with the Hermit card, they're going through a process now of starting to understand what is going on, you know, and starting to really realise things because they weren't seeing straight. And now it's going to be very eye-opening for this person because they're going to be realising a lot, you know, and it's going to be good that they are realising these things. It will help massively. And this person says, I'm going to get help, I know I need to. I mean, that help can come in various ways. It can come in unexpected forms. So it doesn't necessarily mean they're going for therapy, you know, but they, you know, they're going to be getting some form of help from spirit to become a bit more aware and a bit more wise. Your spirit guides are supporting you with the truth, okay? I feel the truth has kind of been hidden from you, or certain things were not obvious and coming to light. But, you know, you've taken the wise action until you could clearly see properly. And now Spirit is going to be awakening you to quite a lot of truths. It came out in reverse, so I feel there's more to come out here. More information to come out. More things are going to develop at this time. So Spirit is helping you. Okay, so we're going to Capricorn. I feel like I'm going quite deep today. Right, trust, Capricorn. You need to have trust in a relationship in order for it to flourish. Key, fundamental fact that none of us want to really think about. Because trust is a hard thing to cultivate, especially the older you get. Because we all have a larger ego. Unfortunately, the older you get, the larger the ego. Because you've accumulated more karma, and you've got more mind patterns. You tell yourself more stories about the past. You see, your ego gets bigger and bigger. So trust becomes much harder as you get older. Right? So trust. So, right, now take that as it resonates. Trust. Okay. You've been connecting with yourself better lately. You've been getting the balance within yourself a lot better. Okay, so this balance would have been dysfunctional previously, but you've been cultivating, this is very recent, a much better balance of energy, not compromising yourself like you had been. And you know, it's so easy, isn't it, for people to look in and go, oh, you know, you're compromising yourself, you're giving too much away. But that's actually quite difficult to realise at the time when you're doing it, isn't it? It's not easy because you're either in pain, you're going through a lot of purging, so you can't see clearly, and you can't really see that what you're doing is unbalanced, because you're probably going through your purging phase of your life where you've accumulated a lot of ego and you want to kind of purge all that old stuff out, your old identity. It's not you anymore. You know it's not you. So you're going through your purging phase of your life. That takes time. And during that time, you're going to go through different fluctuations where you do feel quite unbalanced, and you'll do unbalanced things. I mean, you know, don't beat yourself up for it. You know, we're a soul family. We've all been there. But, you know, lately you've been bringing yourself into better balance, you know, because now you can see things settle down a little bit, and you can see a bit more clearly, you can identify a bit more, it's a bit more obvious to you now how you've been compromising yourself. But like I said, when you're going through the purging phase heavily, you can't see clearly. You don't, you know, everyone else can see it, but you can't see it, you know. Now, you're being more wise this week, and you are doing your solitary work. You're getting back into connecting with yourself. You're getting the balance better again. And you may find information comes to you, either realizations, or you may even find that things get revealed to you in other ways, which could be quite enlightening, you know, or quite surprising. There's somebody here that has childhood issues, or they have memories with you. And here, okay, they've either got memories with you, or they've got childhood issues, or perhaps both. And the family card, which is the 10 of Pentacles, is in reversed. So this person has got some issues that need to be addressed. And, you know, it will be okay. It will be okay for this person, but there are some things that need to be dealt with, because something hasn't been going right for this person, and it's all to do with so I want to say childhood issues. Okay, and it needs to be dealt with because it's affecting their relationships. This person needs to learn how to communicate. I do think certain things can be sorted out. Like I said, I don't think this is a lost cause, all right? But it would be wise for you to sort of like keep space and take time and not freak out. Can you remember the first message was trust? You know, just trust in the process. This person's saying, I want to commit to you. Now, if this is a family member or a child, you know, I think these situations, whoever this person is, they can sort their situations out. It requires more understanding and more communication. And it needs to be dealt with in a very gentle, sensitive manner. You're not there to fix anyone, and you're not there to sort of bulldoze a situation and rush in. But you may be called to take action in a very gentle way, you know. So it depends really how that resonates. But there is definitely somebody connected to you with some issues, but it looks to me like somehow these are going to be ironed out and helped. Okay, and your spirit guides are helping you to move forward. So you're getting a lot of strength. You're getting a lot of strength from spirit to move forward, okay, at this time. You know, to trust that things are going to be okay. All right. So this situation is difficult, but it is not going to last forever. So I'll just have a drink. We're going to Aquarius. I'm taking ages this morning. I need to hurry up or I'm never going to get this done. Sorry, Aquarius. I always say that when I come to Aquarius, but it's just I look at the time and I think, oh, geez, I'm going too deep. Heart. Okay. Heart. You begin to feel your heart beat faster when you are close. you know, that won't necessarily resonate with everyone in that way, but there's definitely something here to do with the heart for Aquarius at this time. Okay. Something to do with the matters of the heart are important at this time for Aquarius. You know there is a situation that you need to take action on, Aquarius. You are taking action. You may have been quite triggered lately. You've got the Knight of Swords. You may have felt quite triggered, but you have got the ability and the skills to deal with this situation effectively, whatever this situation may be. And I do think it is linked to some sort of matter of the heart. And you this week are going to be making some clear-cut decisions. You are in the process of reviewing things. And you are like gonna make some choices or decisions here. You're seeing things very clearly now. You're coming into your true Aquarius energy. You're not going to make a silly decision. You may have felt like you might initially, but then you sort of go into your mastery this week and you're like, right, okay, I really need to think this through properly and make a really good judgment, okay? So this could be the beginning of a new chapter for you. You're dealing here with an energy that is not healthy. This person is almost giving up. Look at that. 10 of Wands is where somebody needs to drop a habit. They're very, very tired. You know, and in reversed, I mean, my God, like this person is, they're either very blocked or they're just giving up. You know, exhausted, in a very, almost a bit of a dark place, victim mode. They need to get help or they need to rest and recuperate. They see themselves as an outsider, or they could have their barriers very up. I mean, this is good news. This person's listening to their guides. I mean, I don't want to panic you about this person because I know I do find in Aquarius readings for the last 6 months, there's been somebody floating around that you've been worried about. I know that. So I don't want to panic you, but I think this person will figure out what they need to do. It's almost like this person kind of likes being a bit of an outsider. All right. So comfort yourself with that. You know, I think you're dealing here with somebody that actually tends to be okay as an outsider or when they're on their own. So they're not probably struggling as much as you might think, but they definitely need to sort some things out. Interesting. You've got the card move forward as well. So your spirit guides are telling you to move forward. I wouldn't say rash decisions are good or reactive decisions. Only go ahead with a decision if you're not feeling reactive. Wait till you calm down, because when you're reactive, you're basically an unconscious energy, which isn't good. But yeah, your spirit guides are helping you to move forward now. You got to move forward, you know, for just so that you can have a better time going forward, basically, with that King of Swords. You are going to move forward because you can now see a bit more clearly and you know what you need to do, really, for yourself. Okay? So we're going to Gemini. God, it's so hot. I may need to open the door in a minute. I shut it because sometimes it's a bit noisy when I'm working. Oh dear. Gemini. Rejoice. Embrace your loving connection and rejoice. Lovely. Some of you may have a connection at the moment that's very wonderful. Or you may just find that you're connecting to yourself better and you just feel happier again. Oh, yay. You know, that's a nice feeling, isn't it? You may even notice that a connection with somebody else is starting to come together. It doesn't have to be a lover, does it? It could be a family member or a friend. There's been something that was unstable, you know, or something that you can't celebrate. Four of Wands. I mean, it's either a lack of a solid foundation, a lack of commitment, or a lack of celebration for something. Okay, with that in reversed. So something's been challenging you lately, you know, it's like, oh, you're a bit tired, honestly. You are a bit tired. And I think you sort of know that you need to drop thinking about this now, because it's not going to do you any good if you think about it. I know that's easier said than done, but I feel like Spirit wants you to enjoy yourself, basically. And whatever hasn't been working out, whatever was really tiring and draining the life out of you, you just need to park it, put it to one side, let Spirit deal with it, and be happy right now. Just be happy. That's what they're saying. And I know that might be easier said than done, but the thing that Spirit is trying to reassure you with here, right? I don't know, my hair looks a bit, I'm not sure if it's, sorry, I just noticed it's not looking that great. The thing Spirit is trying to help you here, reassure you, right? I don't think Spirit wants you to get so worried about the situation, because Spirit can tell that this is tiring you out now. You know, it's been getting you down for a while. And you are tired. So Spirit's trying to reassure you, and they're saying, look, all right, it's a bit mysterious at the moment. You don't know what's going to happen with this situation, but they want you to know that Spirit is working behind the scenes with the High Priestess. You know, something is going on in your favour with the High Priestess. This is all predestined. And they are showing that as you move through this week, things are going to start getting a bit easier the next few days. You know, things are going to start getting a bit easier. So that's good news, isn't it? A situation could be moving forward. Okay. Things could get revealed, or you could be very close to things being revealed. Look at this. The energy around. You know, you feel tired of this situation and they feel tired. I don't have the energies for this right now. There is definitely a situation that is quite draining for everyone involved. But with that Six of Swords and the High Priestess, I feel there could be some progress or developments quite soon. You know, and the first card was Rejoice. So I just feel Spirit saying, look, you know, just trust, just drop thinking about this situation, because it's all being taken care of by Spirit. It is going to, things are going to move along sooner than you think, and you will be rejoicing. And if you get into the vibration of rejoicing now, that's going to help energetically speed the whole process up. It is hard for you to relax at the moment, but Spirit is bringing you relaxation. Okay? Spirit is bringing you relaxation. So you are going to be relaxing, especially, I feel, next week. I feel, or over the weekend. I feel like as you go through the days, you're going to start to become more and more relaxed. You know, because it hasn't been easy for you to relax, but you're going to find you start to relax a bit more the next few days. Spirit's right there with you. God, blimey. Thirsty. Right, Libra. Libra. Guilt. Oh, don't let guilt get in the way of happiness. You know, you can't. you can't let guilt get in the way, because whatever has happened like that because it's just the way it went. It's just, everything's predestined, all right? You can only do what you can do at the time with your level of consciousness you've got. And there's a lot of reasons why things happen, multiple reasons, so it's not your fault, right? And guilt is just super ego, really. So you got to ignore it anyway. Just on the basis that guilt is super ego, you have to ignore it. I don't even allow the door to open on the guilt stuff. That door stays shut. But, you know, like I said, there's multiple reasons for the way things have gone. So it's not, the guilt doesn't just lie on one person. Right, so this is predestined, like I said. So this is, I already said that, didn't I? That everything is predestined. So there's no point in feeling guilt, because this is all going to happen anyway. Everybody's got their accumulated karmas from past lives, which is then why we come into this life. And it's all predestined that we're going to get drawn to certain people, certain situations are going to happen based off our karmas that need to be paid off, right? So predestined. And it may feel recently like things have got slightly more testing, but things are actually going to get better. All right. So you may feel a bit stuck at the moment, or a bit conflicted about things, but actually it's just your mind trying to, you know, hijack the situation and probably make you feel worse, because things are actually going to improve now. You're actually entering a much better chapter now. So it's best not to listen to any thoughts in your head that are negative about the current situation in your life, because things are about to get better. There's somebody here who's stuck. There's somebody here who hasn't had their heart chakra opened because they were in a lot of pain, probably. Queen of Cups in reversed. And they haven't been able to move on. So they're very, very stuck. Okay, and that's why they've been in the way they have. That's why they've done the things they've done. Things are about to move forwards, particularly for you. So it is, like I said, it's best not to think about things too much at this current time, because things are about to change and move forward. Can you accept me as I am? Somebody needs acceptance, all right? But always remember, that has to start off with you. You have to embody self-acceptance, and then accept it. That will start to reflect out, and it starts to make sense, all right? And somebody will be accepted. This is all about somebody being accepted here, and first and foremost, you accepting yourself. Let's have a look at what Spirit's supporting Libra with. Quite an incredible reading. I feel like this is really, really deep today. Gentleness, okay. Have I got the... No, it's not all... I just wanted to check that the deck wasn't reversed. Gentleness. It's been a long time coming, you know. It's been a long time coming to get the gentleness that was needed in this situation and for yourself. All right, but Spirit is now bringing that. It came out in reversed. Somebody has been very, very hardened. All right, and it may have been a mirror even to yourself. You know, I've got Libra in me, so I don't mind saying that. So things are about to get a lot more gentle. And it's much deserved for everyone involved. Okay, let's go into Leo. Cupid. Oh, love is in the air when Cupid is around. Oh, baby. There could be flirtations, there could be romance, there could be different things being set up. You're taking your power back. You were let down and you thought, what is the point? What is the point in me keep proceeding? Why? So you've been in the process of taking your power back and walking away from certain situations that were not conducive. Not an easy thing to do. And certain people haven't probably been best pleased. But this week, you're going to realise that you have been successful and you are beginning to get the recognition you deserve. There are people noticing you, Leo. You are being noticed by more than one person right now. There is someone connected to you that is basically, I shouldn't laugh. They've been through one hell of a time. Really have. They've been through one hell of a time and it is over. Oh my God, it's over, right? I mean, that's a deathly Ten of Swords and it's in reversed. I mean, this is over and done. Forget about it. Boom, boom, right? I can't tell you enough. This person needs to get over their past because it is never coming back, okay? And they've got the Ten of Pentacles reversed. This is family issues, could be childhood issues, could be financial, could be to do with the connections within the family. There's a hell of a lot of issues there that need sorting out for that person. I don't think you're getting involved with it, and I think you've known it for some time, but that is confirmation that there's a hell of a lot of issues there for that person. And they do really now need to just, I mean, it's awful, obviously, what this person's gone through. Ultimate betrayal, I would say. But they do now need to, it's hard, but I think they're going through the process of acceptance. Acceptance that that chapter of their life is done, but they sort of need to really pick up the pieces emotionally within themselves, because this will be affecting all of their relationships, all types of relationships, even to do with money, family, soul family, friendships, lovers, whatever, if they don't start addressing it. But anyway, I do not think you're focused on that. I think you're doing much, much better, and you're getting attention and accolades from other places. And your person has got an ego, they do know it, and they are basically striving for spiritual enlightenment. I don't know if they are, but their spirit guides may be supporting them to it, because if that's their predestined plan they may have a predestined plan for this lifetime to basically rise out of their issues and become more awakened and more conscious. Because this person's had a lot of ego, and they know they've had a lot of ego. They know they haven't treated people properly. So there could be a greater plan for them. They could be still in resistance at the moment to sorting out their issues, but I think there may be a greater plan for that person. But obviously it's not something you need to deal with. Your spirit guides are supporting you with relaxation. It came out reversed for the last zodiac sign. It's come out upright for you. This is going to be a much more relaxing few days for you than what you've had recently. That's good news. I'm actually quite enjoying this deck. I thought the deck was a bit, wasn't sure I was really connecting with it, but I'm actually quite connecting with it now. I'm surprised. I'm going to use it for a couple of weeks in any case. I might even use it for 3 weeks. Okay, so we're going to Aries. Oh, trust. You need to have trust in your relationship in order for it to flourish. Okay? So trust has to be the cornerstone of any relationship in your life. And, you know, you may have found it hard to trust, or someone else may have found it hard to trust. And Spirit is basically telling you to trust in the process of your journey at the moment. Okay? So it's like multiple meanings, really. Take it how it resonates, but trust is what Spirit is saying. Trust is key at this time. Well, aren't you doing well? Aren't you doing well at the moment? Being a lot more rational, being a lot more, well, using your common sense really to navigate things, maybe to identify where situations there is no trust there, and you're just like, well, I'm not gonna proceed. Now you cultivating your, you know, being more rational, your trust in your journey could be increasing as well, because you have the 9 of Cups, which means, you know, you're basically doing very well this week. You are going to notice you're just feeling more fulfilled, more happy, and it's like you've given yourself the green light to enjoy yourself more, you know. So you're sort of relaxing into your journey, and you're trusting more, and you're thinking, yeah, I can have happiness, I can enjoy myself. There may not have been trust in certain relationships, and there could have been, but I can now see clearly, and I know who I am, and I can actually bloody well enjoy myself, you know. You've got an energy here of somebody who is, they've been allowing something to drag them down, okay? And they've been allowing something, a situation, to obstruct their true light. You know this person's got light. You know this person's got great opportunities if they want to open their eyes to it. But this person was allowing themselves, because of karmic patterns, and probably because they have to pay off karmic debts, and that's why we don't get released from certain situations for periods of time, because it's just already, it's already sort of like, well, it's not contracted, but it's just more energetically contracted, if that makes sense, that we have to endure certain things. So this person's been stuck, and it's like their light's been obstructed. You know they've got potential, but that has been completely obliterated by a situation they've been in, or them being stuck in the past. And they've been allowing this situation to just obstruct them from embodying their true light, embodying their true self. And that's probably been frustrating as hell for you to watch. But you now have got a lot more rationality around it, and you can see it very clearly. You know exactly what's going on with that person, and you know that ultimately they're in a bad place. They're kind of been keeping themselves stuck there, and really there is nothing you can actually do about that, you know, because they're just going to keep sabotaging. And they've got the King of Cups in reversed, which is very closed off. It also borders on narcissistic tendencies when you have the King of Cups in reversed. It's somebody who won't communicate. It's somebody who's shut off from the heart. It's somebody who's not spiritually connecting. Their vibration is very low. And I tell you why, if you want to know the reason. Fear. That's the reason, okay? Let's go into what they're thinking. I'm going to tell you how I truly feel. Are they? I think you could be manifesting somebody who will tell you how they truly feel. Not manifesting, attracting. Okay, I keep using the word manifesting, which I do not like. You are going to be attracting. Why? Because you now see clearly. You don't play games with yourself anymore. You are rational. Even it can be painful. It can be very painful to be rational, but you do that now. And because you do it, you're much more in touch with yourself. You don't tell lies to yourself, and you're actually caring for yourself, and you're actually bloody well learning how to make yourself happy. So you're going to attract somebody who will tell you how they feel. Will it be that person? So you are opening up opening up to the divine light source. You are getting closer and closer all the time to really becoming the highest vibrational you, okay? Your spirit guides are guiding you towards the light. Now, it did come out in reversed, so there's still a little bit of work to be done on this. Maybe sometimes you swing into overindulgence or addictive habits, or maybe that's a bit harsh, but I don't mind saying it because I know I do. I'm not too full of myself to admit my ego. You know, it's all about you getting balance, and the more balance you get, you're going to let more and more light into your life. Your spirit guides are basically telling you to trust, because the light is about to come in for Aries, and you could be attracting, what was it? Somebody that will actually say how they feel, because you are vibrationally aligning to becoming somebody that is in touch with how they feel. And that takes courage, and it takes a lot of hell of a lot of work, doesn't it? Well done. And I don't mean that in a patronising way one bit, because it's exactly the work I've been doing. We are a soul family, aren't we? Soul fam. My kids want to kill me when I say that. Right, Sagittarius. Oh gosh, we've got the trust card again. My God, you've got to have trust. I'm going to pick another card for you because I'm probably not shuffling enough. But, I mean, it's all divine times. I mean, whatever card's coming out is coming out, isn't it? It's, you know. So, they're telling you to have trust in your journey. And they are also saying you do need to have trust in a relationship. And they're telling you to cherish your relationships. Cherish yourself. It all starts off with you. Cherish yourself. Cherish your relationships, you know. The more you cherish yourself, the more cherished your other relationships just become. And it's such a beautiful thing, isn't it? You know, it really is such a beautiful thing to see happening. The more you cherish yourself, your other relationships that may have felt stagnant or confusing just start to flourish, you know. And it doesn't have to be a lover, it could be family members, friends. And it's just so energetically, it's incredible. So something's going on for Sagittarius at this time. You've learnt some hard lessons lately, but you're now moving into a point this week where you're starting to reap the rewards of those hard lessons that you've been through. Because you have risen to the challenge and you haven't allowed a situation to take advantage of you anymore or drop you down anymore. World card reverse, 7 of Wands. You've been on the verge of really completing something. You know, it's like a project you've been working on with Spirit. You know, it's like you're moving up, you're being upgraded. You're on the verge of being upgraded at the moment. You've been on the verge of this upgrade for a while, because it comes out in reversed. So you've been... There may have been a bit of resistance in you. Surprise, surprise. You know, is that the inner child? It normally is. You know, it's just like we resist these spiritual upgrades because we're frightened, you know, and it makes us feel needy, and it makes us cling on to attachment, you know, or other things, other addictive habits for comfort, you know, because we're scared. And so that's the resistance. But you are so up for the challenge now. You're breaking down all the barriers, all the frontiers, and it's like, do you know what? I'm Sagittarius. I've got the heart of gold for everyone in my life. You know, I will walk on hot coals for the people that I love, but I will not sort of take one for the team, if you like. I'm not going to take one for the team, not if it compromises my growth. I'm not going to do that anymore. And you are rising, Sagittarius. You are rising this week, my God. somebody has been now they have fond memories with you, but they do have childhood issues. They have issues to do with the past, and they are going through some major transformation with the Death card, major. And they are being guided by someone in spirit. So you don't need to fix this for them. You are on the verge of your own spiritual upgrade, and you are rising, and you are breaking down your own frontiers so that you are completely liberated to be your true Sagittarius energy. This person is going through a major transformation themselves. They're a little bit behind you, I feel, on this journey. But I tell you, this person may be kicking and screaming, and they may keep wanting to revert back to the past or their old patterns. But I tell you, this person is not going to be allowed to keep doing that. Not with the Death card. Just watch. They've got this sort of depressed type of energy. You're too good for me. I don't deserve you. You know, they tend to see themselves as a victim, and they go into this sort of victim modality. They're scared. They are scared. They're freaking out. But they got no choice. They're going to have to transform. They're going to have to go through some sort of process. But it's between them and spirit. It's not between you and them. You're breaking down your own barriers, and you've been on the verge of doing this for quite some time. Freeing yourself from anything or anyone who tries to oppress you. Light. Oh God, you've got the card light as well. We'll pick another one. Yeah. So you're letting in more light, because you will not, like I said, you will not allow anybody to oppress you or keep you stuck in old patterns. You know, you're breaking down any parts of the inner child that are needy and would put up with stuff because of that. It's like, that's not you, Sagittarius, and you know it's not you. And you're going to be letting in so much more light, and this is what Spirit wants to bring into Sagittarius. More and more light. Hope. They're bringing you hope as well. So, you know, I don't feel at the moment your person can quite keep up with you, if you want my honest opinion. But I don't want that to sound egoic. It's just, I feel like they've got so much work to do. Okay, so let's go into Scorpio. But come hell or high water, they will do the work because Spirit is guiding them. Anyway, sorry, that was still Sagittarius. Scorpio. Obstacles. Look way for around the obstacles to find happiness. That's the most important thing at the moment, Scorpio, to be more creative. And that's what you're doing. You're becoming much more creative, thinking more creatively, realising that certain things that you thought was very blocked, or certain people you thought was very blocked, it's not the case. It can be sorted out. There's some big decisions going on, and this is the beginning of a new chapter that's going to be a lot easier and happier for you. You know, and Spirit's been working behind the scenes. It's been very challenging, all right? But what I'm getting shown here is a new beginning where there's more love, there's more communication, there's more enjoyment. It could involve something to do with a child, or perhaps this is your own inner child feeling finally understood, or you're getting some understandings here that you really, really needed. And it's like, oh, you can relax. You can relax a bit now and enjoy yourself a bit more. My God, you know. But this is very recent, this Judgment card. Very recent. So something, either a decision has been made or reviewed, or there's been this kind of opening up for a new chapter. But it's all to do with Scorpio feeling more, just more in tune with yourself and more in tune with those around you. You know, this is lovely. You're feeling much happier. Now, there's a person here or a situation that is like, there is a new beginning here, and it could be to do with a child, because it is a page again. We've got 2 pages. But if it's not a child, this could be somebody connected to you who tends to be less mature, maybe immature. And this is just the beginning, but this person can get easily distracted. You know, they can get easily distracted. They may have an addictive personality. Okay, that might not be for everyone, but they could have an addictive personality, or they tend to get distracted or do too much, spread themselves too thin. But this is a potentially good new start for this person, okay? Now, interesting, they've got the Queen of Swords in reversed. So this person may come off, if it's a child or it's a person, they may come off quite cold and difficult. Let's just have a quick look. I haven't looked in this for ages when I've been working, but let me have a little look just to double check. Yeah, this person finds it hard to be honest, okay? They find it hard to communicate, they find it hard to be honest, and it may be because they're nasty, or it may be because they actually are immature, they don't have the skills, perhaps they've even got special needs. That is possible, all right? So there's somebody here that it poses difficulty, but I feel with love, and there's this new beginning, and there's this way around obstacles, I feel something's going to improve between you and a situation or person in your life that has been probably quite tricky and confusing for quite some time. Yeah, I will see you sooner than you think. You know, that can be taken how it resonates. Perhaps you will see this person or this situation sooner than you think. Perhaps there's going to be developments here sooner than you think. Perhaps communication, better communication is going to come sooner than you think. There's going to be progress here sooner than you think. Turn away. Yeah, it is about turning away. Spirit's trying to get you to turn away from the obstacles, okay? The first card, turn away from the obstacles. Turn away from the past, because this is now a new chapter with the Judgment card. And this is a new happy chapter. You're going to be much happier. I feel things getting much easier for you. I feel Spirit is helping you to turn away from the strife that you've been through, the blocks, the barriers. You've dealt with an energy that's been very difficult. For some of you, it could have been a nasty energy, but for some of you, it could have just been purely that someone's been very immature or they've had problems, okay? So that's quite an interesting message for Scorpio, and it's a nice message. Okay, so we're going to Pisces. Oh, I'm getting a bit tired now. Let me just have a sip. Right, Pisces, let's see. Let go. Sometimes it is best to let go and let the universe work things out in divine timing. Very true. So, you can't take responsibility for everything, you know. Oh dear, that's a challenge. Yeah, this is testing you. You're being tested at the moment. You know, you may have felt very much like an outsider, or you may have had issues coming up, worries about mental health, physical health, money, feeling like an outsider, something to do with neglect, abandonment. I mean, God, I know that's a lot of things, but I'm covering everything that the Five of Pentacles can represent. It's basically been a testing time, and it may have affected your health. You may at the moment feel a bit tired or a bit poorly because there has been here something that has been afflicting you, you know, stressing you. I don't know. It's just not been easy. It's the card literally spun around when I put it down. Now you've got the Six of Cups. There's such a purity here. There's such an innocence. It's a lovely energy, and it also is progress because we're going 5, 6. It feels like you're connecting more emotionally here. And this is sort of like your true energy. It's your true Pisces energy shining out after difficulties. It's been difficult for you to emotionally connect with a situation or a person, and now you're beginning to emotionally connect, probably with yourself first and foremost, but you're going to find yourself emotionally connecting with a person or a situation. And I would say that that is going to be greatly healing and could work wonders. So that's why you can just let go, because energetically you're coming into more of a place of emotional connection. So Spirit is saying let go, because, you know, the energy will do the work, right? I see someone being very successful, because the success card just flipped over when I was shuffling. There has been some blocked progress and blocked communication. It felt like maybe an area in your life was just not moving forwards, and it could have felt very blocked, stuck. You know, you may not have wanted to have communication. Other people may not have wanted to have communication. But things are going to be massively picking up now with the 8 of Pentacles. Look at that. All of a sudden, there is some really good energy coming in for you, Pisces. And this is an energy of people who want to put in the work, people who want to be good at what they do, people who are genuine. This is also just a sign of progress after a stuck time. It may have felt very, very lost and empty for a while, but all of a sudden, boom, the energy is improving and there's progress. And there is communication. I'm going to tell you how I truly feel. So things are going to get easier now because the communication is going to open up. Things are going to shift, you know, and there's going to be a more emotional connection taking place. So this, for you, Pisces, could be a situation or a relationship improving. Or it could be like literally your love life improving as well as a whole, you know, if you're just dating, for example. This is about you finally feeling like you're enjoying certain situations in your life a lot more. And you're allowing yourself to just be you. And your spirit guides are helping you to move forward. And that's a very powerful energy. So they're saying let go and move forward. You know, this is the end of a chapter that was quite hard, to say the least. I'd probably say it was very hard. And it's about to get a whole lot sweeter. Okay, let's go into Cancer. Last zodiac sign. Guilt. Don't let guilt get in the way of happiness, you know. It's super ego that tries to put guilt on us. So first and foremost, just don't listen to any guilt, because it's just super ego. There is only the here and now. And, you know, you can only be as conscious as you are at the time. It's impossible to be any more conscious than you actually are. And also everybody's got certain karmas they're here to pay off. So it's not really, you know, often the times we blame ourselves or think something's our fault, and it's actually really not, because it was all predestined according to people's accumulated karma anyway. It's like we're just puppets in a play, actors in a play a lot of the time. So Spirit is just saying no guilt for you or anyone else. How funny. I'm sure this reading came out right at the beginning and all the same cards are coming out. This is really odd. I wonder what star sign that was. Okay, look, this is predestined now. Things are about to get better for you, Cancer. It may feel things are getting slightly worse. Okay. And you're like, oh my God, you know, I want things to be getting better, not worse, but it's temporary. It's the mind trying to drag you back into old patterns, maybe guilt or maybe worry and anxiety that some like worst case scenario or something's going to go wrong. No, this is all going to get better, I can assure you. You know, don't buy into any negative thinking here. And everything was predestined to happen anyway. So you just literally can't, you know, there's nothing you could do. This whole situation is about to lift. Certain karmas have now been paid back, and that's why there's going to be more truth being revealed and more justice and understanding in a situation. And there's going to be either one person or lots of people putting in a lot more effort here, and becoming an expert at whatever this situation is. People are getting expert help or advice, or there's, you know, people involved are becoming experts at this situation or this relationship. It's like literally a situation doing a whole 180, you know. So something is massively improving now. So try not to overanalyze it, because I can see in these cards something improving for you. It could even be more than one thing improving for you at this time. You know, somebody's paid back karma, they've cleared something, and now things can start to rebuild and get better. Somebody's getting signs about you, thinking about you. Okay. And you may be getting signs about something yourself that are correct. And gratitude. You are very close, and I know it may not feel like it right now, but you are very close to feeling extremely grateful. Finally. Probably after feeling a bit sad or confused for quite a while. You're about to feel very, very happy. All right, you're on the verge of this happiness coming in, and you're going to feel so blessed and glad. My God, what a powerful reading that is for Cancer. I can feel it, the energy. You know, so just trust at the moment, I would say. I'm actually holding Moonstone when I say that, and that's for Cancer. Yeah, helps you to trust in cycles of the moon, in your destiny. Because we can get very emotional and be very sensitive to change and sensitive to things going on around us. So the Moonstone helps you to be gentle and trust. Gently trust. You're on the verge of being very happy and grateful for things finally improving. Okay, so that is just lovely, isn't it? I'm sending you lots of love and peace. If you want to buy my deck, it's a Deeper Consciousness Oracle deck. If you're interested in things like, you know, like becoming more enlightened, you know, perhaps you're interested in Buddhism, but you don't really want a religion, you know, you might be interested in Eckhart Tolle, you might be interested in just basically attracting things that are meant for you, rather than keep chasing things in your own head and then you run after the wrong things. This deck, I mean, it is good because it's easy. You know, it's not like reading a whole book, because a lot of these books can be quite deep. And you can just pick a card and it's got key pointers of how you can basically become more enlightened, how you can basically turn away from the false self and be who you truly are. You know, and it's quite a journey, and this deck is supported, well, designed to support you on your journey, as obviously that's what I do. I'm sending you lots of love and peace. If you want to buy it, you want to book in, you know I'm here, just contact me. Thanks for giving the video a thumbs up. Thanks for supporting. I really appreciate, like, us as a soul fam, so thank you.